Yes, it is, Tim. The Vietnamese restaurant has been closed since early February because of the anonymous complaints and the fines from the city. The Oregon Restaurant and Lodging Association says what happened here isn't right. Vietnamese restaurant Pho Gabo was a mainstay for half a decade in this Northeast Portland neighborhood. But on February 3rd, customers found the doors closed and this note taped to the door. The owner says they were forced to close because one person repeatedly complained to the city of Portland about the smell of cooking food coming from the restaurant. The city's Bureau of Developmental Services sent out an inspector and fined the restaurant because of it.
It's hard to believe that one anonymous person can complain repeatedly about an odor coming from a restaurant that's been there for the last 5 years and where a restaurant has sat for the last 30 years. And suddenly that owner is now facing fines.
We reached out to the business owner Eddie Dong and have yet to hear back. But Dong told the Willamette Week that he cleaned the restaurant's exhaust system and started cooking meats at his restaurant's 2 other locations. A contractor recommended a $40,000 filtration system. Dong says he can't afford it and can't afford continued fines from the city. According to the Portland City Code, continuous, frequent, or repetitive odors may not be produced by restaurants. But the Oregon Restaurant and Lodging Association says they have never heard of a restaurant getting fined for something like this before.
For any other kind of a code violation like light or noise or vibration, there's an objective, measurable standard in place. And yet for this odor violation, it's entirely based on the subjective fact that the inspector smelled something.
They are now calling on the city of Portland to immediately rescind this policy and to put a hold on these type of violations until they can work together on a solution.
We're not talking about wood smoke and particulates that might get into the air. We're not talking about rotting fish or meat or anything like that that's displeasing. Literally, the complaint was they didn't like the smell of the grill and the meat.
We contacted Portland's Bureau of Developmental Services and have yet to hear back. Well, the restaurant does have 2 other locations, one in Happy Valley and one in Hillsboro. And Tim, earlier today, I did speak with a neighbor that lives across the street. They didn't want to go on camera, but they did tell me they've never smelt anything coming from the restaurant. Back to you.
All right. Thanks a lot, John.
Well,